Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Shaniqua Dupree, your Navy transition coach, and I am here to help you to navigate life both in and out of the Navy. Today I wanted to kind of do a piggyback off of the previous video that I made about whether active duty is right for you. Someone actually sent me an email, and I wanted to read the email to you and then respond with my opinion, okay? Because all of this is really my opinion. So it says, "Hello Ian2, hope you are doing well. I enjoy watching your videos. They are very informative. Let me tell you a little about me in the hopes that you could give me your honest opinions. I'm considering joining the Navy Reserves. In fact, I'll be going to MEPS very soon to sign a contract. I'm 37 and currently a paramedic with NYC. I'm in an early retirement program and slated to retire before 50. I'm joining because I need an adventure, additional benefits, and to challenge myself. I got an 86 on my ASVAB. I'm considering MC, IT, and IS. In your opinion, which rate do you think is best, and is it even worth joining? Feel free to ask any additional questions. I appreciate your response. Thank you for your time." So, getting straight to the point, the first thing I wanted to comment on was, what job were you going to be doing, right? If you say that you want adventure, you have to consider what type of adventures that you want, right? When I joined the military, I knew that I wanted to, first of all, I think the reason that I joined the military was just to have income, right? I was in college, getting in student loan debt, not really knowing what I was doing or why I wanted to even join or go to college. I needed some discipline. That was the second reason I joined the military. And so when I went to talk to my recruiter, I told them what I enjoyed, what I liked, my desires, right? It was very basic desires, like I want to travel, or I don't want to have an office job or something like that. Very basic stuff. Now, responding to this, when I was talking to my recruiter, I was actually going active duty, straight from civilian to active duty. I was not going to the reserves. The reserves is different. The reserves is very different. The reason I say that the reserves is different is because if you want adventure, that's active duty. Okay, active duty is where you get all the adventure. You can go on ships, you can go on submarines, you can go to squadrons and help with the planes. You can do all sorts of duty. You can go to Washington, D.C. and work there. All sorts of things. As a reservist, something I need you guys to understand is you're not going to be doing the job that you signed up to do every single day. Okay, this is a part-time gig. It's one weekend out of the month, right? A Saturday and a Sunday once a month, plus 2 weeks out of the year for annual training. That's the only time that most people actually do their jobs. And if I can just be honest, I have been in the reserves for a little while now. I've never really done my job, even on annual training, even for annual training, right? This recent annual training that I did, it was really just a bunch of training. Now, granted, I did learn some things about my job. What did we learn about? See how quick that it just goes away. But it was like tools that we could use, micrometers and how to read micrometers and stuff like that, which was something that I was really excited to learn about because I would always see it on my exam. Unfortunately, though, the recent exam that I took, no, it was not on there. Micrometers, it may have been one question about a micrometer, maybe two, but no more than 5 out of 175 questions. Last time it was like 20 questions. I'm like, Lord have mercy. These darn micrometers, I've never worked with them. Anyway, I digress. If you want an adventure, go active duty, period. And of course, you know, I tell you guys there are orders that you can take while in the reserves. Well, yes, very true. There are orders you can take in the reserve, whether you mobilize or whether you get some temporary orders for like 6 months or a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple of years. But when you go on active duty, you leave your civilian job where it's at, and you give all of your time to the military. Every single moment, every day, okay? Even while you sleep, you're giving it to the military because they're paying you, okay? So I'm trying to hold this right. My apologies, y'all, if it's shaky. But so let me just go back to the very beginning. This person has a job already. That's most reservists. You need a job. You cannot survive off of reserve life. All right. So okay. So they said that they are joining because they want an adventure. In my opinion, the Navy Reserves is not a place to get that adventure that you might be hoping for. It is a place to get access to the adventure that you're hoping for. That's where the orders come in, going on mobilizations, right? But it's not a consistent thing, okay? All right. So the adventure thing, up and down. It's up and down. If you want to do something new, absolutely. All right. You just want to experience something different. Sure. But don't get your hopes up too much by, depending on the Navy Reserves to give you some sort of huge adventure. It can, but it also is not, don't expect it. Okay. And then additional benefits. I don't know what benefits this person already has, but if you're in the reserves, you definitely get some health benefits. I have TRICARE Reserve Select, and I also have the dental option. Medical and dental, you got to pay it separately, which is whatever, but I do have both of those, and it's so helpful. Okay. That's one benefit that a lot of people join the Navy Reserves for. And to challenge myself. Okay, this part. Just because you hear military doesn't mean challenge. Military and challenge are not two succinct words, okay? They do not equal to each other, especially as a Navy reservist. It is not challenging to be a Navy reservist, okay? Boot camp, if you've never been through a situation where you had to conform to that type of lifestyle or type of work, could be an adventure, but that's only a few months out of your entire career. So the challenge, or I mean, not adventure with boot camp, but it could be the challenge that you might be looking for. Active duty is challenging. And the challenges are not always like the work that you do. It is the time that you have to commit when you have other desires, like being with your family, like being able to go to a funeral when you are underway, right? You can't, because I mean, maybe with the permission, maybe some helicopter will come and pick you up off the ship and take you home, but it's not like the challenges is more so the things that you have to give up in order to do your job. Okay. Me being an engineman, it wasn't challenging to really do my job. All right. It wasn't challenging to go change out water filters, or micron filters, because I was as an engineman, I worked on a DDG, and I had to work on the reverse osmosis systems. Like, it's not hard or challenging to do the maintenance. The challenge is all mental. All right. Now, I can understand what you mean when you say challenge, but I just wanted to, give a clear understanding that the Navy Reserves is not challenging. I have been thinking a lot about going back on active duty because of the standard that the military has that you have to abide by, right? That the standard that the military has for you, it makes you a better, well-rounded person, whether it's getting up and making sure that you're at work on time, whether it is teamwork building, whether it's leadership building, whether it is forcing yourself to do the physical aspect of it, like PT. You have to do PT. You have to meet these standards. And I think that a lot of people want a better life, right? But they don't have the tools. And so they utilize the military to get those tools that they need. And I think that is awesome. I think that's really awesome. Because a lot of us, we don't have the environment or the family or the community to really help us to be the person, honestly, that God created us to be. So we have to find the way to do it ourselves, right? A lot of people go to college and they think, okay, well, let me work on my education, and that's going to help me to be a better, well-rounded person in life. And although that's true for some, it's not true for all. And the military is a great option for people who are trying to have a better experience in life. And so me personally, I need to lose some weight. And so I was like, you know what, if I was on active duty, I would be required to PT consistently. I would possibly be required to eat certain things, right? Depending on, like if the only time I could eat was is at the galley. Because that's the only food that was, available to me. Of course, my kids and my family would be here where I'm at, but I'd go and do whatever. Anyway, my point being is the military is a great option for someone who just wants to work on different aspects of their life, multiple aspects of their life. But please don't get it twisted. The Navy Reserves is not challenging. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say 8, because there are some people who on the drill weekends, they actually do their job, like ITs, ISs, maybe even MCs. But as an engineman, I was living in Colorado Springs area. We did not have ships out there, clearly, right? So I had to travel all the way to San Diego to really be anywhere remotely close to doing my job. So yes. So let me see. In your opinion, which rate do you think is best? Okay. I'm always going to tell people to pick the job that's transferable to the civilian side and that you actually enjoy doing. If you don't enjoy computer stuff, don't do it. Although, yes, it's a lot more lucrative, a lot more profitable in the civilian side, very easily transferable. Absolutely do that. Okay. And you like the job, do that. But if it's not, the money isn't everything. It's not. Okay. But the same with being an MC, a mass communication specialist, or being an IS. If you don't like the job, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not as easy as people think to change your job when you're in the Navy Reserves or active duty. Honestly, the military period. It's not that easy. So when people say choose your rate, choose your fate, choose it wisely. But me personally, let me say this. You never know what you like or don't like until you actually get in it. All right. I joined the military, like I told you guys, and I was like, oh, I don't want a desk job. No, thank you. It's cold, because I had a desk job when I was in high school and it was freezing in there. And I hated sitting in there in the cold, staring at the computer all day. It was just, I was not interested. I was not interested at all. So, when I talked to my recruiter, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing a desk job. Give me something I can work with my hands and all that. I like building stuff. Like, I was a tomboy growing up. So to me, in my mind, not knowing a thing about being an engineman, I was like, okay, I get to work with my hands. I'm not sitting in the cold. I get to be on a ship and travel everywhere. It's a perfect job. Absolutely not. I have been in this thing for a very long time. I've never changed my job. Never changed my job. And yeah, I've lost out on a lot of MWR type of activities because my job was demanding me to come back and, go to the ship and prepare for inspections and all that. Not just me, but the entire engineering department. So when I say choose your rate, choose wisely. But if I had to choose and I was actually good at all of these different things, I would definitely say IT. because it's so transferable. Okay. I actually would prefer to be an MC, but that's just because of the things that I found that I really enjoy. IS, I mean, if you like that, then great, go for it. But pick whatever, like, do a whole analysis. Maybe I have to make a video about a transferable skills analysis from military to civilian world or something like that. So you guys can know what is actually valuable that you will learn in the military and that you can do on the civilian side. Okay. All right. And so the last thing they said is, and is it even worth joining? I think joining the military is worth it if you are the type that is committed to more than just the money and adventure and the benefits. Like, it has to be more than about you, is what I'm saying, because you never know. People join the military for many different reasons. All right. I joined it because I needed a job. Okay. But one thing that I've learned is that being in the military, it's not just about having a job. You are going to be utilized when needed. Okay. And you can't back down. You cannot join the military thinking, oh, well, I just came here to do my job and that's it. No, unfortunately, no, that's not how this works. When you're needed in the time of war, you need to ensure that you have it in you to go and do the job. Go and do the job. That's how I feel about it. That's my personal opinion. And I mean, I think about this as a whole. Like, it's not just about you. It's not just about how much money you're going to make or what you're going to be doing or what job or whatever. It's a bigger picture. All that stuff is underneath the fact that this is a position in the United States of America that will require you to do very hard things when needed. Now, thank God we haven't really been needed to do very hard things as a whole. Okay. But, you know, I just want you guys to be aware that you cannot just think that you're going to join the military, you're going to retire and all is going to be well. You have to make sure that you do pay attention to the possibilities. Okay. And so with that being said, I think that was a pretty good response. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, and give me a thumbs up on this video, especially if you liked it. All right. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.